there. This is Kevin with Morning Coffee at the Bowl, here with Jennifer Finnell, talking with her about Skate Girl Army and Finnell Grip and various skate topics, life in general. So let's jump right into it. I'm sure it's going to be great and surely interesting. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. I'm having a blast.
Yes.
Yes, I'm creating a beautiful, fun, exciting life, and it's like this imaginary world. And I'm 45 years old, been skateboarding since 2012, and December 2012, so 8 years and a couple months. And I've started this Skateboard Girl Army and Finnell Grip, and I'm just having a really fun time. And so I encourage everybody on this planet to get on some wheels.
Nice.
And so, yeah.
So tell me a little bit how you just started liking skateboarding.
So back when I was younger, 89, I had some friends who skated and was totally enamored by the actual skateboard. Like, I thought it was super cool. One of my friends did like this double 180 kick turn, or like almost, I think it's like a half cab.
So fakey to...
Yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
And I can kind of do that trick now, but not with like the smoothness of it. So, but I used to ride horses as well.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom really didn't like the kids who were skateboarding because, you know, skateboarding is part of like the anarchy group of people. And so she was like, horseback riding, skateboarding, not for you. So I rode horses,
mm-hmm.
And I showed for many years. And that is a crazy sport as well. So I always had that little bit of crazy in my soul.
Wow.
And so I also like to take risks. And when I jumped horses, you know, we were jumping like, you know, 4 foot, 4.3 was like the highest I've ever jumped. But I used to jump like 3.6. So I always feel like when people are awling,
mm-hmm.
that's how it feels when I was jumping over fences. So I don't necessarily anticipate myself awling like that. But it was always like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
So horseback riding got put to the side after college.
Okay.
And then did the whole corporate world.
Yeah.
And then lost my job and had, you know, relationship breakup. I had married for a long time. And then I found, after I got divorced, found one of my old high school friends who was in the same homeroom and the same AP art class. Mm-hmm. And I saw him doing a front side slash grind over at Duncan Creek. I was like, So made the decision to contact him on Facebook. Thank God for Facebook for connecting old friends. Mm-hmm. And asked him if he would teach me how to skate. Mm-hmm. So he was like, sure, let's do it. Well, we have a friendship, turned into a relationship, had a little skate family, had, you know, a couple step kids, and everyone at the would go to the park, and it was just an amazing fun time. Mm-hmm. But you know, always in the back of my mind, my mom was like, "You're a hairstylist.
Don't break your
arms. You know, you got a career. You got to support yourself."
Yeah.
So I was sitting on the bench at Brook Run, mm-hmm. and it was super cold, and everyone had gotten decks for Christmas. So it was like, you know,
everybody has the new deck.
Everybody has the new deck. And so I was sitting there and I was like, God, what am I doing here? I'm the only person, I'm not skateboarding.
That's how it gets everybody.
Gets everyone. So I went up to Tom and I was like, hey man, can I borrow your skateboard? He's like, sure, go ahead.
Try it.
And so I skated there used to be benches, skated over by the flow bowl all the way around. I've named all the hills. The mini, mini, mini hill of death. And I didn't die when I went down the mini, mini, mini hill of death. I was like, okay, if I cannot fall and do this, then it's on.
So from there, right to dropping in on like major bowls, right?
Oh yeah. So I got the phone call from Tom, and actually it was from my former stepson, and he was like, Indies or Thunders? I'm like, what are you talking about, Indies or Thunders? I was like, Indies. And he's like, that's what we thought. And he hung up the phone. And so they came home that night, December 24th, 2012, with a Brian Anderson, like, left down, Nintendo left down, right up, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, I got my first skateboard ever.
Nice.
And so when I first started skating, I was no helmet, no wrist guards, no pads, nothing. I actually had people say, oh, if you wear wrist guards, it'll break your radial ulna. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen it happen. So anything can happen. But I was skating and my back wheels, my back trucks got caught on a sidewalk and I went down like a red sequoia, like totally down.
Yes.
And I went to the emergency, whatever, and just got like 2 stitches.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if I can get away with this without wearing a helmet. And from the doctor's like, whether you're wearing a helmet or not, you still hit your head.
Yes, because you're gonna have like concussion side effects.
Right.
No matter how hard you hit your head, whenever you hit your head, period, you have a bit of a jolt there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I started wearing a helmet, elbow pads, knee pads. And then finally I was like, okay, I'm going to wear wrist guards. So they have literally saved my life countless times. So I just owned it. I committed to it. I was like, okay, if I'm going to skate, this is how I'm going to skate. I'm going to be technical in my feet. I'm going to be technical in what I do. And I'm going to perfect how I skate. Because I know I'm not going to skate down like the 4 flat, 4. I'm not going to skate down the long 4, the short 4. I'm not going to be hitting the rails. And if I do hit those things, it's going to take me twice as long.
Yeah.
I don't say that us elders that we actually don't heal as quick, but I will say that we've been hurt so many times throughout so many years that we look at like pain and suffering a little differently.
I think totally. Because like I was just thinking the other day, I'm going, am I going to like ever be able to do all the tricks I could possibly do throughout my years? And I'm going, do I even really want to try to throw myself down 10 and 12 stairs? I'm going, no, not at this point.
So I took that one day to a whole nother level. I was like one of the only girls skateboarding for the longest time. So I was like, okay, I want to start a skateboard girl army. And within the skateboard girl army came a bunch of rules that, just like my dad was very wise.
Yeah.
And so I took some of his wisdom. I took my other family's wisdom. And so I came up with a set of rules, a gang sign, and a handshake, and I want to tell them to you.
Yeah, so why don't you tell me, first let's start with some of the rules. Tell me rule 1. What's rule 1?
Rule number 1. Okay, well, first of all, hold on, let me back up real quick.
Yeah, backing up.
Because the reason why we have a skateboard girl army is because we're battling surfaces on our wooden whips. Okay. So rule number 1, there are no rules other than these rules.
Okay.
Okay. Still a little stolen from Fight Club, a little borrowed from Fight Club.
But hey, come on.
Come on, it's fun. It starts the thing off first. Okay.
Right.
Rule number 2, be kind whenever possible. And then I left it at that. But then I was like, no, because sometimes you can't be kind. So stick up for yourself if you need to. Because a lot of times girls, sometimes they give all the time and they don't, they're scared to step up. But a lot of the girls that are in the army, like, they're like, no, I'm hitting this bull right here. I'm going. Don't go. Don't snake me.
Yeah.
So it gives them a voice. So
see, and that's cool because I actually haven't been in a session like that in forever where it was just go, 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 and whoever gets in. And sometimes it's like 2 people at the same time on the ramp, and whoever falls first gets out of the way.
Yeah.
I like cool sessions now, maybe because being old, it's like, okay, you go. No, you go. All right, cool. You go.
No one's going to get hurt.
Nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's snaking, and it's just a cool sesh.
Yeah. Okay, so rule number 3 is everybody's president.
Okay.
And I thought that was fun because, it's like, there's no necessarily meetings, but it's like, it gives empowerment too. Like, you are just as empowered. You're just as valuable as I am. Here at this park. So I wanted everyone to feel like a total empowerment. You are president too. Yeah, you're president of your own journey, of your own, like, you're the writer of your skate book. Rule number 4, encourage other girls to skateboard. Okay. And so when I'm initiating like anyone else, any girls or guys are president ambassadors. So when I'm initiating anybody, if they're on, any type of wheels like rollerblades, scooter, Chicks and Bulls Atlanta, rock out to you ladies. But I don't care who you are. I want you guys to know that we're battling surfaces together. We bleed together, we cry together, we laugh together, we get up together. But I want everyone to encourage everyone else to get out there.
Yeah, and by the way, when we were shooting your skating section, there was a picture of you doing this big backside kick turn on the wall, kind of flowing through, and there's this little girl just looking at you from the top of the deck, and I'm going, that's like what I see, because I see her like really intent. And there were several shots from that, because they're screenshots from video, and I just see her every shot. She's looking.
She's looking.
And I'm going,
so cool.
It's awesome.
That's so cool. Because they're a next generation. We're gonna be watching them having. Rule number 5, so important. Love yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like I did not love myself when I was younger. Like I hated myself. And it was just like, there's so much pressure in this world to be a certain way. And when you're 13, 14, 15, it's like you're in a whole different world. And I promised when I was 14 that if I knew another girl that needed help, I was going to help her.
Yeah.
So, but you've got to love yourself. Like you have to seriously care for yourself and treat yourself like you're one of the most important things on this planet, along with other people. Still, love yourself. Okay, 5A, because I only wanted 7 rules. Okay. So I get a little tricky in here.
All right.
5A is to listen to your inner voice and don't do anything you don't want to do, especially in skateboarding.
You know?
Because I see people all the time, like, feeling pressured to do something that they may not be capable of doing. And when I see, like, girls especially, who there's a group of people like, you can do it, you can drop on this. And I'm like, you don't know how to drop in on the little one.
Yes.
Wait till you hit the 6 foot. Like, let's wait, let's practice, push down, bend the back knee, push down, lean forward, roll away.
You know, it's interesting that you say it like that because I can remember little skate park experiences, and it was like, okay, all the groms, myself at the time, in 80, whatever, stay on the little 3 foot. And then it was like, okay, the 6 foot mini.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 5 foot, 5.5 foot mini with a spine. Okay, now you can go try to the 10 foot drop in, all these kinds of things. And it was like step, almost like the slides at the pool or the high dive at the pool. You know, you don't just go to the high dive. At least I did.
No. You got to work your way up. And the rule number 6 is at the beginning of the day, or when you're having a bad day, listen to Bob Marley's 3 Little Birds. Just don't worry about a thing, because every little thing's going to be all right.
Right.
And if I have enough time, I sing it out for you. If not, I'm like, okay, don't worry about a thing. But it's the truth. Like, if you really listen to Bob Marley's lyrics, if you really do not worry about a thing, because every little thing's going to be all right, even going through the hard times. Like, I had some kid come up to me, he's like, yeah, life's really hard, and that's not the case. I'm like, well, if you've been here for 45 years, you see everything ebbs and flows, comes up and down.
That's exactly
and so
what I was just thinking.
The hardest things in your life make you have the most knowledge and give you the most understanding. Rainbows and unicorns are beautiful, but you know the cup of joy is filled by the tears of sorrow.
That's right. And everything's a lesson for the future. So it may not work out for you this time, whatever quote unquote working out means.
Yeah.
But it's a lesson to how to handle the situation later.
In the future.
Yeah.
So again, only 7 rules.
Okay.
So now I have a new added one, 6A. So 6A is a naughty rule, but it's very effective and I love it.
Okay.
When you're having a bad day, in moderation, eat your favorite food.
Okay.
You have to. I mean, I was having a horrible day, and I was pounding on this, Dove dark chocolate, and it's got all these, like, little inspiration, sayings in there.
I know.
And I'm like,
I should know.
Okay. Rule number 7. Again, only 7 rules.
Yes.
Is a 5-part rule.
Oh, God. Okay.
All 5 parts make one happy human being. So I figured if you combine it all, make one happy person, and if you live by this rule, I think it'll do you right until you die.
All right, touching all the chakras.
Learn.
Okay.
Think about what you learned. Help others. Love others. And to have fun. And having fun is so important. It's like, what's the whole point in life unless you have fun? In combination with learning, thinking, helping, loving, and having, that's the whole world. Make it a full-fledged official, get a gang sign. So our gang sign...
Okay, so we're going into the
handshake and the gang sign. Okay. The gang sign is a heart. And our index fingers turn into a steeple. And our middle fingers separate into an arrow on top of a heart.
Okay.
So I don't know if anyone can see. Yeah. So and it is all encompassing love of everything, and we like to shoot each other with love and pretend we die dramatically. So it's like
done.
And you're like, oh. And if you're having a really bad skate day, you can do it across the park. Laser love, like zzz,
oh God.
Super love. And then our handshake is a virtual air heart. So it's my heart to your heart, my heart to your heart.
Okay.
And you can make sound effects you want, like psh, psh, psh. So that is the official initiation. And then I usually do the typical tapping of the skateboard, and I'm like, welcome you to our president of the Skateboard Girl Army. So then usually like I'm the helper bear, I'm a tour guide. I can point you the right direction if I can't help you out. So, and it's just, and I have girls that'll come up to me like, I don't skate this park normally. And I just started skating. I'm like, don't care. If you have your feet on a board, I want you in the Army, because all of us are going to eat it.
Yeah.
And all of us are going to get hurt.
So you mentioned something that you just kind of, okay, this is what I never got. Okay, maybe by default we had a park because it was the only park.
Right.
Way over in Lithonia at the time. But we didn't have like, I don't normally come here or anything like that. It was just kind of find the spot and go.
Right.
But I see now the kids are like, this is my home park. What's your home park? I'm like,
yeah. It's big.
It's big.
It's
like,
big. So I have multiple home parks.
Okay.
So Brook Run's number one.
Okay.
Okay. And then depends on where I'm staying at. So Brook Run's number one. Number two, I know Fowler.
Okay.
I love me some Fowler skate park. Number three, Settles. And then I'll go down the list. Like I love Cherokee Veterans. I mean Atlanta, Duncan Creek. Now the first time I've ever dropped in, it was the original grind, and they had like a little 2-foot drop. And it was a wooden little ramp, and then it would go down, and you'd hit like another set of half pipes on the other side. And I dropped in there 8 times. And when I went to my chiropractor years ago, they were like, yeah, you got 3 rib heads that are completely out. Your spine's all messed up. And I was like, well, I dropped it like 8 times, and I think I made it on the 8th. And then from that point, it was like, you know, Duncan, all the 3-foots. I was trying to hit park to park. But it definitely, Brook Run has like everything that I love as far as beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So you can get tore up at that park too.
Yeah, and it's there's some parts that are pretty gnarly.
Kind of leads me into the Finnell grip.
Yes, so let's talk art and grip tape.
Art and grip tape. Okay, so I kind of have. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So let's say, how did the idea and how did it first start? You did your own grip first, I'm imagining.
Right. So I actually have with us today the first painting that I've ever done on grip tape. Okay. So a little Syndicate deck. Let's see, Syndicate.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever shredded this deck. I think at the beginning I thought it was too big and it was too, monstrous for me. So
what is that, like a 9?
Okay. I think it's a 9, maybe 9.5, 9.25. I don't know, it's pretty wide. So how I did this is a Sagittarius symbol. I'm a Saggy. And so I try to put my foot here. This is my logo that I have. It's a modified version of it. Okay. Each tip of the triangle is an event that occurs, forcing your life into a completely different direction.
Oh God.
And then the squiggly line is like your soul line. When it touches the triangle, it's where you feel like you're in a period of enlightenment. And when it's not touching it, it's when a period of transition. And so I also tattooed myself in 93. Oh, wow. This same logo, 93, and then that was 94. It's like a modified version. But I wanted to like hit home, and I did the stick and poke myself with India ink from art class. Wow. So I knew that I wanted to put my feet here in the beginning. So it's kind of like foot here, not above where the arrows are, and then back foot on the tail, so you could kick turn easily. And so, I've got a little, butterfly in there, and that theme has kind of like gone through to a lot of the other designs that I've done. The Skateboard Girl Army grip tape I'll show you in a second.
So now, brief moment, I just want to clarify. So this is like oil paint, oil Sharpie?
Oil Sharpie markers. I liked to paint on Mob grip tape the most because the grit on it was the best. Okay. And so what happened was I took the theory from like Rockefeller and Carnegie, who said like, let's donate the most and see what happens. So I buy the grip, I buy the markers, I'd collect the $12 from the skater and donate all $12 because I was like, you know what, make it big. Like let's go for this. Let's tell the universe. Let's tell God, hey, let's play this one out. Let's see what we can do. So I'll give you an example of what happens when I design it. So someone had asked me for a chameleon. They loved chameleons. So this is actually oil Sharpie marker on grip tape. And then what I would do is I'd take a picture of the original.
Yes.
And then upload it to Photoshop.
So then you can do it over
and then do it over and over. But see, this is actually altered too, because you can only do so many layers with the oil Sharpie markers. It gets muddy. It doesn't.
Oh, so you're able to clear it up on the computer and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
And so like the other thing is too, like I wasn't able to add in. You could kind of see some of his lines on his arm, but I wasn't. It was just too many layers.
So you're able to make it sharper.
I mean, it was sharper, and then stupidly, I had a tongue with a little bug, but I didn't upload the right file. But it happens. So stuff like that happens.
So that could be version 2.
Yeah, version 2. But so this is like the original. This is the print.
I like it.
And then.
So my question would be: have you ever gotten one back and you go, "This is not representing exactly what I wanted"?
Oh, totally. Totally.
Okay.
So I have one of my favorite pieces, the dragon. The dragon on the computer screen is like just fire. But then when it printed out, it was like.
My first boards had dragons on them too.
Yeah, I love dragons. So I actually been altering my dragons, and this is one version of the dragon. So I actually have another.
Fire, literally.
It is. It's super fire. So the next one that I have, the face is a little bit more bright. I brighten up some of the background. Added in some more details at the bottom. I do like to sign. I do sign all my grip. You know, because it's a piece of art, and a lot of people, they'll buy like 2 sheets, one to hang and one to skate, and you know, I mean, it's a really, you know, it's a labor of love.
So I'll have to do that actually, because this room here is not only like my studio to record things and edit, blah blah, but it's also an art gallery.
Yeah.
So I have people's art hanging everywhere.
Have some Finnell grip. Okay, so this one has been edited. So this one's gonna get reprinted here soon. Okay. This is the Skateboard Girl Army like tribute. The butterflies, they're strong, they're powerful, yet they're very fragile, and butterflies have a great story. And then this is the second to last sheet. I love, by the way, I love to longboard with my Carver.
Yes.
I love Carver. So Carver, you guys rock. I'm not trying to promo. I don't have any special connections with them, but I love how this deck skates. But
was it kind of like Sugar Skull?
It's a Sugar Skull, and I took this inspiration, so I actually drew this on this particular deck, the original, and then this is my printed version. But it was like my tribute to my Mexico trip. They have art everywhere on the wall, so every time I go out of town, I'm like so inspired. Yeah. And then the last sheet, this I had one printed, and a lot of people are scared of snakes, but this boa constrictor is a female. And then the dragonfly, it was very significant with the sense of the person that inspired me to draw the boa is a vet school former student, and now she's a certified vet.
Does she work with reptiles? And
she works with, she actually owned a reptile, but she's regular mammals, but I think she does like reptiles too. But she's like traveling the planet, doing like really good stuff with animals and stuff like that. Awesome. So I just love, like, this may get reprinted. I had an Eastern Masa Agua rattlesnake who, which is an endangered species. So I'm just trying to like really, the artwork that comes, the Poseidon Foundation, I'm doing I guess 3 or 4 designs for them, and they have been giving back to society and to the skate community. Michaela Ramirez in 2005 started it, and it's a nonprofit. They're out in California, so they're helping like people in the United States and across the world through, you know, education, skateboarding, empowerment programs. And so I have a really cool dream catcher, and that's going to be on their website. But we're still waiting for some grip to come in. And I also, you know, I want the skate shops, local skate shops, to carry the grip. But the end result for this grip tape was to give back. So right now the charities that I donate to is the Poseidon Foundation, Skateistan. I hope you guys know about them. They're empowering mainly females, but also all youth.
Let's go Sky.
Let's go, So I also donate to No Kid Hungry.
Yes.
I donate to the Cottage School, which is a local school. Helps empower kids with different learning capabilities. and then the World Wildlife Fund.
Nice.
And so the Finnell Grip Foundation, which does not exist right now, but we're growing, I want to do like a call to arms. Like if you want to volunteer your expertise and your help, but this is a crazy grandiose idea, but I would love to have students who know how to meditate, who skate or do any other type of sports, but mainly skateboarding, who get good grades, who volunteer their time in whatever capacity they can, who help empower their peers. I want them to have a savings account. So when they graduate from school, like it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, like you've got some form of security. And
because not every kid has an opportunity. From that age.
Nope, they don't.
You know, and even some that do have a bit of opportunity don't have everything that they need to get. You know, I'm not saying parents are overlooking it, but I understand like the whole need, you know, for this.
And so, you know, who knows what's going to happen in the future. I know that I'm moving forward in a direction that says, okay, I'm currently giving back. I want people like you know, to come in and help me pave the way so we can have a planet full of fun skate parks, have a planet full of intelligent people who know how to live a good, solid life. I mean, some of the most intense, esoteric, multifaceted conversations have happened at the skate park. And the skate community is so freaking amazing when it comes to their mind, like Rodney Mullins.
Genius.
Not
only on a skateboard.
No. But other things like look at Sky Brown, look at Andy Anderson, look at Lizzie, these
are like wonderful human beings that are young. Like Sky, like okay, so I've known of her for like a real little age, and she'd come on like the variety shows on TV as the skateboarding kid. And I go, she's going to be great. She's going to be great. She sticks with it. But my fear was that she was just going to kind of like not like skateboarding at some point. But she's obviously still with it. But like she's like an adult almost, like her, and I'm not trying to put anything on her, but like her level of consciousness is what I'm saying. Like when I watch her videos is like above, I think she's 11 or 12, above that level. You know? Because I was nowhere near there at that age.
No, I wasn't either. But there's this new generation that's coming in, and I want to support them as best I can. I know that life is hard, and you know, skateboarding, you fall down, you get back up, you try it again. And I also know that if you're consistent and you keep going and you realize that this is a marathon and not a sprint, and you build a good solid foundation, like anything can happen. I'm really excited to see the people that I sponsor. I sponsor some amazing skateboarders who, you know, really, I don't know, they're making a difference. They're helping others, like John Garrett, Natalie. That
they saw, I guess, a little bit of something more than just the skateboarding.
Well, and that's the thing. Like JoJo from Bottom Drawer, he's creating his own company. I sponsor him. Samuel Inslee, I sponsor him, and I mean, it's just like all these people. I just added on a girl, Lee. I'm just sponsoring her. I mean, I've seen these people like stop what they're doing. They're positive. They have great energy, and you know, they're trying super hard to make a difference in their own lives. So I'm just, you know, I want to have these people grow as much as possible. Natalie has a sponsorship with 187 and 888, which I think is really cool, and hopefully she'll start being able to do some competitions around the nation. But you know, we've got a lot of amazing skaters, a lot of amazing skateboarder girls that are shredding it. I'm so happy to see them out consistently, and you know, it's just having fun on four wheels. And I just want to pay massive tribute to all the skaters that from the 70s, you know, late 60s and 70s, because you all have paved the way for where I am today. I mean, I've only been skating for 8 years and some change, and so I'm like, I'm not worthy, you know.
But see, I love seeing this, and I see it pretty much every time I go to the skate park. I'll talk to, I'll say older, so 35 plus. Hey, what are you doing here? You know, and I'm thinking that they've done it when they were a kid, and he's like, no, it's like my first or second year.
Yeah.
And I'm going, yeah, bro.
That's
Like,
cool.
there's not very many people that get into it later because, they're, whatever perception. But they're loving it, they're enjoying it, and they're getting great. They're awesome skaters. I mean, there's a lady that I follow on Instagram that's, I think she's, please don't put me wrong, but I think she's 80.
Whoa.
She's like in between like my mom's age, somewhere in there. And she rolls around and she's just learning. She doesn't like go crazy, but she's rolling the banks and she's got her flow and her surf style. And I'm just like loving it, dude.
Yeah. I saw a 63-year-old drop in the 9-foot at Brook Run.
Nice.
And one of the girls that I initiated recently, she was telling me that at Hilton Head, there was an 80-year-old guy that taught her who actually dropped in at their little Hilton Head skate park. Yes. I was like, are you joking me? She's like, no. I'm like, yes. I vow, thank you. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Oh my God. I off and on enjoyed it my entire life. And I just pray and hope that I can reach that age and still cruise around and have a good time and still interact with people from various ages. Because I see that now. Like when in the 80s and 90s, it was really just kind of young people. But those young people are now old, and now the young people are coming up, and it's just amazing. And so, I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate you sharing everything about Finnell Grip.
Thank you.
And the Skate Girl Army, the handshake.
Yes.
Brook Run Skate Park.
We have a Brook Run handshake. While we're wrapping this up, I'm gonna teach you.
Okay.
We have a handshake. Well, I have it, but everyone seems to have fun doing it. Okay. So pandemic is different, but non-pandemic. It's a hug, a kiss, a cuddle, and then a gang sign. So I show you. Hand hug.
Okay.
Like this with our thumbs.
Okay.
You go like this.
Okay.
Hand kiss.
Okay.
And then you go like that. Hand cuddle. Okay. And then you cuddle me. So I'm like a big spoon and then you're a little spoon. So it's really quick. So hug, a kiss, and then a cuddle, and then a cuddle. And then our gang sign is praying for love.
Praying for love.
So pray and keep your hands. So the hug, kiss, cuddle is for all my girls who do not skate and all the boys over 18.
Okay.
So the boys under 18 get the hug and the kiss. So it's like a hug and a kiss. Yeah. And then during the pandemic, it's just double kisses. So I'll go around.
There you go.
Give me double kisses. So now everyone knows our handshake and our gang sign. So if you ever come to Brook Run and I come up to you and I give you, there's a handshake. And I really want to thank everyone for A, watching.
Yes.
And B, for thus far, you all have been supporting me in this amazing adventure endeavor through skateboarding. I feel like skateboarding is one of the best drugs I've ever taken in my entire life. Totally addicted. Don't want to give it up. So when I've been injured, it's just been like, please get the physical therapy. Let's go. We get back on the deck. Yes. And I'm sure everyone out there that's been skating. I also have a little series called Concrete Tattoos.
Yes.
With yours truly.
Yes.
So I don't know where that's going to go, but I'm interviewing people who have had their gnarliest injuries and to show that you can fall, you get hurt, you get back up, you do it again. So.
Yeah, and there's actually going to be, in the future, I don't know how far future, but a concrete tattoo with myself. Yes. Trying to talk about one of the most gnarly, and I'm trying to think back, but I honestly want to say some of the most gnarlies are like way back to when I was a real little kid, because that's when you would try anything.
Yeah.
And so,
That's how it is.
And I want to go back to this hill that I used to do all the time as a real little kid on the big fat 80s board with no noses and try to see. I think there's speed humps in it now, so I don't even know if it can happen, but we'll figure it out.
Little airs.
I'm not going to say I'm going to do it, but I'm going to say I'm not going to do it. All right.
That's awesome. Well, thank you again for having me. I really appreciate you being here and supporting my mission. And, and let's have fun. And you contact me on finnellgrip.com.
Yes.
Instagram, Facebook, Skateboard Girl Army, all one word. And if you guys are interested in playing the fun game of giving back to society, hit me up.
There you go.
Let's play. Let's play.
All right, y'all. Thank you. Bye.